Have you ever had a dream? A dream that starts normal, but soon becomes incomprehensible, wild, weird, beyond your understanding. You find yourself in a snowstorm, wrapped up in furs, your bag of instruments in your hand. A seriously ill patient awaits you in a village 10 miles away. You have a carriage with big wheels, perfect for the country roads. However, there is no horse. Your horse died the previous night from this freezing winter. Your servant girl is running around the village asking people to borrow a horse, but you know that it is hopeless. In distress, you kick the dilapidated door of the pigsty that has been uninhabited for years. The door flies open, and warmth hits you, accompanied with the smell of horses. A man is huddled inside. He looks at you with his open, blue eyes and asks, "Shall we hitch up?" while crawling outside on all fours. One doesn't know the sorts of things one has stored in one's own house, the servant girl says, and you both laugh. "Hey, brother! Hey, sister!" the groom cries out, and two big horses start to crawl out from the pigsty. They shove their way one behind the other, legs close to their bodies, lowering their well-formed heads like camels. Outside, they stand up on their long legs with thick, steaming bodies. You order the girl to help the groom, but the moment she gets close, the groom puts his arms around her and pushes his face against hers, biting her. You scold the groom, but he is the only person who offered you some help. How can you be mad at him? The groom knows what you are thinking. He says to climb in once the carriage is ready, and you do. You have never before traveled with such beautiful horses. "But I'll take the reins. You don't know the way," you say. "Of course," the groom says. "I'm not going with you. I'm staying with Rosa." Rosa screams no and runs to the house, knowing what awaits her. You can hear her locking the doors and turning off the lights in hopes that she wouldn't be found. You try telling him to come with you, that he cannot have the girl, but he only says, "Giddy up," and the horses are off, going at roaring, unnatural speeds. The only thing you hear is the door of your house being broken by the groom, before you instantly appear in the yard of your patient, 10 miles away. The horses stand still, and the snowfall stops. The family members of your patient drag you from the carriage. You understand nothing from their confused talking. It's hot inside the room. The stove has been neglected. The patient is thin, without fever, not cold, not warm, with empty eyes, without a shirt. The boy hangs around your throat and whispers, "Doctor, let me die." None of the family members hear this. They just wait for your opinion. You take out some tweezers from your bag, examine them, and put them back. Yes, you think blasphemously. In such cases, the gods do help. They send the missing horse, even add a second one because it's urgent, and even throw in a groom as a bonus. You remember Rosa. How are you going to save her and pull her out from under the groom? The uncontrollable horses have already loosened their straps. They open the windows from the outside, and each one sticks their head through a window. They observe the patient. You decide to go back, but allow the sister to take off your fur coat. A glass of rum is prepared to you, but you refuse. As a horse neighs loudly at the ceiling, you lay your head on the boy's chest. The boy is healthy. Only his circulation is a little off, thanks to his caring mother saturating him with coffee. He should be pushed out of the bed, but you're not here to improve the world. So you let him lie there. You are employed by the district, badly paid, but you're generous, ready to help people. You still have to help Rosa. What are you doing here in this endless winter? Your horse is dead, and everyone in the village refuses to lend you theirs. If there weren't any horses in the pigsty, you would have to travel on pigs. That's the way it is. It's easy to write prescriptions, but difficult to come to an understanding with people. They once again called for your help unnecessarily. You're used to that. With the help of the night bell, the entire region torments you. But this time, you had to sacrifice Rosa, the beautiful girl who lives in your house all year long, who you have never noticed before. You are about to go, but the mom is looking at you with teary eyes, and the sister is flapping a bloody towel around. You go to the boy once more. He smiles at you, as if you were bringing him the most nourishing kind of soup. Now both horses are whining, and now you see it. On his right side, in the region of the hip, a wound the size of the palm of one's hand has opened up. Rose-colored in many different shadings, dark in the depths, brighter on the edges, delicately grained, with uneven patches of blood, open to the light like a mine. You look closer and see worms, as thick and long as your little finger, themselves rose-colored, and also splattered with blood. They are wriggling their white bodies with many limbs from their stronghold in the inner of the wound towards the light. Poor young man, there is no helping him. You have found his great wound. He is dying from this flower on his side. The family is happy to see you finally doing something. The sister says that to the mother tells the father tells a few guests who are coming in on tiptoe through the moonlight of the open door, balancing themselves with outstretched arms. "Will you save me?" whispers the young man, sobbing, quite blinded by the life inside his wound. That's how people treat you in this region, always demanding the impossible from the doctor. They have lost the old faith. The priest sits at home and tears his religious robes to pieces, one after the other, but the doctor is supposed to achieve everything with his delicate surgeon's hands. Well, it's what they like to think. And they come, the families and the village elders, and take your clothes off. A choir of school children, with the teacher at the head, stand in front of the house and sing. "Take his clothes off, then he'll heal, and if he doesn't cure, then kill him. It's only a doctor, it's only a doctor." They lay you in the bed with the boy, and they all go out of the room. The door is shut. The singing stops. The clouds move in front of the moon. The bedclothes lie warmly around you. In the open space of the windows, the horses' heads sway like shadows. My confidence in you is very small. You were shaken out from somewhere. You don't come on your own feet. Instead of helping, you give me less room on my deathbed. The best thing would be if I scratch out your eyes, the boy says. It's a disgrace, but what should you do? You're a doctor now. Things are not easy for you either. The boy continues. Should I be satisfied with this excuse? Alas, I'll probably have to be. I always have to make do. I came into this world with a beautiful wound. That was all I was furnished with. But you have already been in all the sick rooms in the world. The boy's wound isn't that bad, made with 2 blows of an axe. Many people offer their side and hardly hear the axe in the forest, to say nothing of the fact that it's coming closer to them. You swear on the honor of a doctor that you are not lying to the boy, and he grows still. You make your escape. You grab your clothes, but don't get rest. The ride was quick. You'll jump from this bed to your own in just a moment. You throw your clothes into the carriage. The fur coat flies too far and catches on the hook by only one arm. Good enough. You swing yourself up onto the horse, the reins dragging loosely. The horse is barely harnessed to the other. The carriage is swaying behind, the fur coat in the snow. Giddy up, you say, but the horses drag through the snow desert like old men. You hear children singing incorrectly. Enjoy yourselves, you patients. The doctor's laid in bed with you. You'll never get home at this rate. Your practice is lost. A successor is robbing you, but to no avail, for he cannot replace you. In your house, the discussing room is wreaking havoc. Rosa is his victim. Naked, abandoned to the frost of this unhappy age, with an earthly carriage and unearthly horses, you drive around by yourself, an old man. Your fur coat hangs behind the wagon, but you cannot reach it, and no one from the nimble rabble of patients lifts a finger. Betrayed, betrayed. Once one responds to a false alarm on the night bell, there's no making it good again, not ever. Dreams often do make no sense. They are weird, disjointed, just like the story. People like to think that there is meaning to everything, even dreams like this. Is there a connection between Rosa and the rose-colored wound with the rose-colored worms inside? The wound that is called a flower. Can we simply say that the message of this dream is that people are too reliant on doctors, believing that anything can be fixed with a surgery or a right prescription, even though the disease isn't physical? Can we interpret it as humans being greedy, thinking that someone else has to solve their problems for them, even though they themselves do not even lift a finger to help the doctor? The doctor's horse is dead, and no one gives him theirs, even though they always ask for his help. Does the doctor even have any agency in all of this? Is he a good person? He doesn't even know who lives in his own house. He scolds the groom, but the groom's one good deed is enough to shut the doctor up. And once the doctor is in the carriage, he no longer has any say in the situation. He's no longer in control. He says he wants to go save Rosa, but lets the family do whatever they want with him. Does he even care about Rosa? Before the groom speaks her name, the doctor doesn't even address her with it. Before this, she is only a servant girl to him. Why does the despicable groom have open blue eyes? The things we associate with honesty. The family seem loving to the boy. They call the doctor, keep the room warm, cover him with blankets, give coffee to him. But they do not hear when the boy asks to let him die. The boy never expresses a will to live. He only asks to be saved. Is the wound real, or is it metaphorical? The wound with life inside it. What does the axe symbolize? Why do people offer their sides, but don't even understand that the axe is coming? Is there meaning to this dream? Is the meaning that people have lost their faith and are emotionally and spiritually wounded? Is the meaning that people do not listen and do not help each other? What do the guests who come in on tiptoe balancing themselves with stretched arms mean, does there have to be a meaning? People want meaning in everything, but is it necessary? This dream is disjointed. If we apply meaning to one part, the other parts fall apart. Any way you slice it, you have to overlook some parts in order to see meaning in others. Maybe there is no meaning, no hidden truth. Maybe it's just an absurd dream, and we are the absurd people trying to find meaning in it. Maybe a dream is just a dream.